Welcome to my channel, this is Miser, and today I'm going to do the Ray event, and it's going to be the last battle, the battle for the ultimate ability. As you can see in the screen, this is the team I'm going to use. In my case, they are all Relic 7, but it can be done, of course, with lower relics. I strongly suggest that your Ray is at least Relic 5 for this battle. But for the other guys, the basic relic levels you need for attempting the event or being able to do it at all will be enough. That means relic 5 for the Safari Brothers, and Jedi Training Ray and BB-8 will be relic 7 anyway. Going to show you the mods. It can be done with far lesser mods than I'm showing here. This team is set up for my basic territory wars and arena and all the duties, but it can be done with lower mods, of course. So for Ray, I'm using a health set. It's all health based. It can be, you can go with anything from offense and or tenacity or whatever, but I strongly suggest a health set for this event. So the stats for it. So as you can see, it's pretty heavy on the health side. It's also a speedy set, but you can go with a lot lower speed for that. Tenacity, nothing. Damages, yes, the standard. I don't have any great mods for offense on her. Let's go to the next one. Jedi Training Ray. She doesn't have any great mods. I mean, I have the mods I used to have her for the Sith raid, but it's nothing crazy. It's just crit damage set, which is of course not the ideal for this event, but it worked for me, so why change it? I strongly suggest the tank to mod her as a tank. In my case, it wasn't necessary, but if you mod her as a tank, you can't do anything wrong with that. So as for the stats, as you can see, nothing crazy here on the health and protection side, nothing crazy on her speed, and nothing crazy on potency. Or I have a little bit of tenacity on her, but that was more for the Sith raid than anything else. So damage is also nothing fancy. So next one is BB-8, which is of course typical modding. It's also nothing crazy. As you can see, I'm not even having full 60 mods on every slot. So let's see the stats. So health and protection, nothing crazy. 135 speed on him, which is also not massive for typical BB-8 speed mod set. You can go a lot lower on speed. It won't matter much, since we are not trying to get here an incredible amount of turns by him. It's just for support with Jedi Training Ray, and you will see how I use him mostly for giving Ray a taunt. Here my Poe. It's mostly crit damage set with some speed, nothing crazy as well. You can go a lot lower on speed on him, it won't matter much. But I like to have him with very high critical damage because he's a decent damage dealer. But these are my settings for arena. You can go with far lesser mods on that as well, as long as you keep a decent speed for something about 100 plus. It will be okay. And last but not least, Resistance Hero Finn, which is of course having a massive speed set. In my case, I use one of my best speed sets on him because I use him for territory wars, of course, and sometimes arena. I prefer to use Kylo in arena, but well, if I have to use them in arena, well, he said that. I have almost 150 speed on him. For this event, you can go lower. Something around 300, 310 will be more than enough, which is very achievable with a lot lesser mods that I'm using right now on him. And I went all in speed. Yes, speed. That's the important thing for him. Of one very important thing, Finn has to be the second speediest character in your team. In your team, you want Rey to go first because, of course, you won't have anyone going before her, and then immediately Finn, and you will see why. This is very important. But well, since his base speed is very high, it's very easy to have him going immediately after Rey. So, and now let's go into the battle. Let's get ready. So, it's going to tell me the story, which I heard an infinite number of times. So, let's click yes through it. So, first thing I want to do is I want to make my Jedi Train Rey very tanky. So, I'm going to give Lifeblood to her. Oh, speed. So, I received some hits, no problem. Well, BB-8 is of course a little bit faster than Finn. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he has his 8% terminate again at the beginning, but it doesn't matter. So what I want to do with BB-8 right now is I don't want to wiggle with him. I want to give Jedi Training Rey a taunt, and that will give also her an immediate turn. So let's give it to her. Now what we want to do is slow Kylo down. Kylo will get a lot of stacks of his training stuff, and he's going to nuke every one of us. So what I want to do is ability block and reduce his Terminator. I only want to reduce his Terminator once, since it will give him additional health and additional protection, and that's something I don't want to do, because otherwise at the end of the battle it will be impossible to kill him. But doing it once, it's usually enough, and it will help me get a little more time for my team to work on the other guys before Kylo goes nuts. So that's great. So I want to give now use Finn's first special ability and give swap Terminator with with Poe. Sorry. So for the first attacks, I'm going to hit only Kylo. What I'm going to do with the side ads is I'm going to use Rey's Whirlwind to kill them at once. So I'm just going to keep working on Kylo. I'm going to give that now to BB-8 because he doesn't have his buff right now. So now it's a ruins buffed. Wiggle wiggle. So what I can do now is I could use the AoE, and it's going to be the decision if I use AoE or not will be based if I have Rey taunting, if she has foresight, because those two guys are going to counter me. But no problem, she's taunting, she has foresight, go for it. Bam! As you can see, they both countered, no problem. So now I'm going to use the assist move, but I'm not going to call BB-8 because I prefer to have Poe assist. That's great. So now I'm going to use Lifeblood again, and I'm going to use that until I get my life below 60% so I can use the Whirlwind. So I'm going to give that again to Rey. That's great. And again. So, that's good. So, and right now I'm going to give myself a taunt again. And this is good because this taunt is not only giving you a taunt, it's also preventing her from being defeated. So let's keep working on Kylo. Wiggle, wiggle. Keep working on Kylo. Keep working on Kylo. And, well, I'm not going to use the ultimate, but what I want to do is to use the whirlwind on this guy. Bye-bye. So, wiggle again, and keep hitting Kylo. And keep hitting Kylo. So, now I'm going back to 100%, almost I'm 100% health, so I will use Lifeblood again on Rey. And I want to give her the taunt back as soon as possible. So, no problem, now I can use the taunt again. So, don't do it. Don't do the mind trick. Let's keep hitting Kylo. Whirlwind's not ready yet. I could use ultimate, I'm not going to use it. Lifeblood on Jedi Trine Rey. Wiggle. Doesn't matter. You see, he made a hell of a hit on her, and she's still barely noticing it. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use Tometer swap, but now I will do it with Rey because she will have whirlwind ready, and this side guy is going to die. Bye-bye. So, now it's 5-on-1 versus Kylo. And this is now just a matter of hitting him long enough till he dies. And of course, putting taunt again and again on Rey. On Jedi Trine Rey, I mean. Okay, so I like to give that to Finn. Now I can also buff my whole team. Since I'm below 60%, I'm going to use the basic so that I can recover, go again above 60% health, and reduce it again so that I can use Whirlwind. Hit him. Now I can use AoE without a problem because the side ads will not counter me anymore because they are not there. Everyone hits him. That's looking good. So, hit him. Don't use that. Don't ever use Mind Trick again after the initial movements because you will increase his strength then. As you can see, we actually dominate it right now. So I'm going to give the taunt back to Rey, hit him. Now I'm above 60%, so I can use again Lifeblood on JTR. Wiggle, wiggle. I can use Whirlwind. Bam. Assist move. Let's do it on Rey so she goes back to above 60% health. Didn't happen. And that's it. All guys still alive, and as you can see, no one in my team was about to die at any moment. Victory. Thank you all for watching.